Hey everyone, I'm Nick.
I'm Beth.
And we're NV Board Gaming. Today we're doing a top 10 with some friends at Legends of Nerdvana. They have a channel out there. Just want to introduce them to our channel. We already did a video with them, a top 10 most anticipated games. You should go check that out. We are going to do a top 10 now of best value games. So welcome to the channel. What do you guys think as far as how you guys did your list?
Well, first of all, you guys suck for giving us a harder list than we gave you. We gave you guys an easy one. We had to do multivariate analysis on ours. So to calculate our best value, we basically had to take multiple aspects into consideration. So first, we took price into consideration, but we considered the price at the time we acquired the game. So that was tricky because I don't pay retail for a lot of my games. And so we took the MSRP as best we could find it for games, some of which are out of print now.
And the Kickstarter prices.
Yeah. We also took into consideration quality of components. That was a major factor. First, that was what we were basing it strictly on, but they were like, well, there's other aspects that could determine quality. So we also looked at quantity of components as well. So you get a lot of bang for your buck as far as what's in the box. And then replayability of the game. If something we've played many times, obviously we're getting more value out of it. And finally, just the fun factor, the overall enjoyment of the game. So we took all those into consideration. We all assigned scores for what those were, averaged it out, and fought a little bit over it. You know, argue this game should be up there. Fought with sword to sword for a bit.
It was brutal.
Yeah, lost a few hours of sleep considering it. Lamented a few, so we've got a few honorable mentions here. Actually,
but we came up with the list.
Yeah,
nice. What do you got for number 10?
So our number 10 was Endeavor: Age of Sail. So this is the Kickstarter version that came out back in 2018. We gave it number 10 because a lot of good reasons. One, it's an amazing engine builder. If you never played it, it's got some really neat elements of different tiles that you build up to do lots of different things. Components are really nice, good thick cardboard, some good wooden pieces. The boats are really cool.
Yeah, good resin pieces.
Good resin pieces as well for the different resources that you can get in the game. And just the mechanics. The mechanics are really neat. A lot of different things you can do in the game. A little bit of take that, but it's not real brutal. So I like that part of it. I really don't like games that are real kind of hardcore stab your neighbors in the back type games, and this doesn't have that. And then finally, just the theme is really nice, good kind of old Europe type pirate exploration theme. It's really neat.
But you left off the most important part of this. The Kickstarter version contained a U in the box.
Mine didn't,
and I had to search the entire book trying to figure out why there was a U, and then I went back and explored on Board Game Geek and found out I didn't notice it during the conversation during the Kickstarter. People were arguing, since it's a euro, that it should be spelled Endeavor with a U. So the box printed as Endeavor, but they provided a cardboard U that you could glue onto the box and change it to the European spelling. So it won big points for me for that.
Wow.
As a Canadian, I could certainly appreciate that, because we're debating how we should spell words now that we're in a house, and there's use a color and favorite and those kind of things. I don't know.
Yeah, I always just let her know that which country went to the moon, and then every other country doesn't.
So that was our number 10.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So our list, we got to take into account that these guys here have over 3,000 games. They're going through their journey on their channel, so definitely like and subscribe their stuff. So they're going to come at it with a different angle than we are. We're going to come at it from an angle of mostly replayability. So you're making a purchase. How much value are you going to get out of that purchase? You're going to replay more games that these fellows are going to play.
Yeah.
And they also have Miranda there who couldn't make it. So you actually have a third person there that, and if you go see their videos, you'll have a third individual there, Miranda. So it is going to be a little different, you know, our perspective versus Rob and Randy here. So our number 10, and what we did was we had a list, and we do the usual where we rank the list and then go ahead and add them up. And so number 10 came in, and that is Ethnos. Ethnos is a game that is, well, $20 when I got it. It's right now currently 24. So, and that's miniature market. So I'm going to say where this actually is. And the reason I'm doing that is because we had some advance notice with this list. We had this list out over a month So we went back today or yesterday, actually a little bit today and a little yesterday, to make sure that price held steady. So you should still be able to get it at that price. I didn't just look at a whim and see a sale. No, these held steady for over a month. So Ethnos is right now at $24 miniature market. It's been held steady. We got it a couple months ago for 20. So right in that range, 20, 24, 25 a miniature market. We have 2 of these area control type games. So it's very good, and it has a lot of replayability. It has 12 of these tribes, and you're gonna mix them up with the setup, and it'll be all different. Set collection. If you like set collection and area control, well, these 2 merge it. That they're basic, like 101 type games. It's like a 101. This is area control 101. This is set collection almost 101, except you can mix the tribes and the colors. But yeah, good game.
All right, so our number 9, this is one that I fought for on the list. Normally, like you'll see Robert's presenting the ones that he was more strongly interested in. I'm presenting the ones that are actually for both myself and Miranda. So I'm taking one for the team and taking a few less off of mine so I can provide some of Miranda's. Galaxy Trucker's one for me, though. This is Galaxy Trucker Anniversary Edition specifically. Basically the all-in. It's no longer in print, so you won't be able to find this one. They're re-releasing Galaxy Trucker, though.
Yeah, 2.0.
Yeah, 2.0. But the anniversary edition included all the expansions
up to that time,
and it has great pieces, great just the fun of the game of just the quick building your ship and then watching it get destroyed. One of my top 10 games of all time. And I love it's got good card quality, good. I mean, everything about it is just really well done. Great storage, and the rule book is amazingly fun to read. So everything about the game I love. So
a lot of tension. If you like tension, there's a lot of it.
I believe it, if I remember right, it is MSRP was roughly $100 when it was out. Vlada Chvátil made the game. Is there anything else left out? No, I think that's it.
We can get that. I think I wonder how the price is right now. I mean, certainly it's not 100 right now.
No, I'm
for
sure.
the regular
2.0 is not going to be that much, but but it just, I think it just came out, or
it's
going to be out
about if you're trying to track down the anniversary.
But if you're trying to track this one, you'd have to find it on the secondary market.
We got that.
I really like that game. I love the idea of building up a ship and then having
just
it
watching
destroyed.
it get destroyed. So much fun.
And we got that for free, actually, so that would be a good value for us. We got it for free. It was on the Dice Tower Cruise as like a gift bag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yes, we were happy to have it added to our collection. Our number 9 is The Crew. This game is a trick-taking game. It has 50 missions, so I felt that the fact that it has so many missions and you can replay those missions without it really being stale or revealing story elements that, you're going to spoil it for yourself or it's going to be boring. We really like that it's an introduction game to trick-taking. For me, I was never really great at that mechanism, and the cooperative nature of it makes it so that you feel more comfortable getting into that kind of card game. It's also approachable for people who don't really play a lot of board games. If they already play card games, you can really transition them into the world or the hobby of board games. And the 2-player variant is great. We play it at 2. So if you're stuck with just 2 players in your household, it's a good addition for the price. And it being only, under $11 on Miniature Market. So our number 9 is The Crew.
And there's an expansion coming out.
Yep. Oh. Deep Sea Adventures, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like The Crew as well.
Yeah.
So our number 8, this is one of Miranda's picks, and for good reason. She's played it probably way more than either of us. Over and over and over. And that's Azul. Actually, it's basically all 3 of the Azuls, if you will. She prefers the newest one, but we've probably played more of the first one, originally one. Michael Kiesling made the game, 2017 release. I think it is MSRP of $40 roughly. It's just, they got really nice tiles as far as the components. The cardboard pieces are kind of lame, but the tiles are amazing. And just, it's a great fun entry level tile placement and
good little puzzle game.
Yeah. It's easy to teach, easy to get people engaged, and it's really a family favorite.
Yep. And like evergreen right away, became an evergreen game.
Yeah. Our number 8 is Near and Far. This Ryan Lockett game is $43 about on Amazon, so it's not too bad relative to the game that you're getting, like those type of production games. We found that it's a high quality production. There are lots of places for you to go and many action spaces that you can take, so it does feel like the replayability is really there. Yeah, the campaign, storybook, an atlas that you're getting, choosing your own adventure.
Ryan Lockett artwork.
Yeah,
$43.
Exactly. I mean, it looks so cute without being, too cutesy. It's also just amazing the different characters you have, the diversity of characters. If that matters to you, that's in there. And we just found that for the price, there was so much to this game that we really had to put it on our list.
It didn't used to be that, but right now it's held steady now for over a month at $43 on Amazon. So yeah, it's going on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Lockett's one of our favorites too.
Yeah,
so
we just got our Sleeping Gods in, and we're excited to try that.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
All right, our number 7 is my number 1 game of all time. It's Too Many Bones. Now, the reason why it's on this list, now, I put it on there because although it's expensive, the way I break it down is the amount of gameplay that's available in this game is near limitless. When you look at the different combinations of gear locks, which is the player characters that you play as, and the different ways you can build each gear lock character and all the different missions that are available in the game, there's no way you'd have the same game twice, and you could play it hundreds of times. And not only mention just the component quality is just out of this world. If anybody knows anything about chip theory games, they know that their component quality is just top notch. And it's great that one of the creators, Adam, literally during the Kickstarter for Too Many Bones, did a video of playing this game in the bathtub. And so all the stuff is underwater. And so it just blew my mind that they thought of that. And I thought it was funny. But the combat is super fulfilling, and it's one of the best solo experiences I've ever played in a board game. So Too Many Bones, I just can't speak enough of it. I love it, and I would bathe in it if I could. I mean, I love it. Too Many Bones.
Please don't.
I want to play that game. It's on our list of anticipated games, the games we want to try.
That's right.
Yeah, and that is, for me, the game. And the price has been something that has precluded me, but hearing what you have to say, about what the game involves, it almost seems worth it.
Yeah, because when you break it down with the amount of missions versus the dollars, you're paying literally pennies on the dollar for gameplay. So yeah, it's upfront, expensive, but it'll last a lifetime.
That's cool.
So addicted, he volunteered to go to Gen Con every year. He works for a booth to help cover his cost for Gen Con.
Wow.
I love the game, and I love the company. And if I didn't list it, but another thing that's really great about Chip Theory Games, and this game in particular, but just overall, their customer service. If you have any problems, they have a phenomenal customer service. So
had to find a way to put that on the list.
And it worked. So
yeah,
I love it.
All right, number 7, right? Yeah, number 7 is a game that would not have made this list a year or two ago, but now it has come down so far in price that it made the list. It is The Godfather: Corleone's Empire. It is only $35 on Amazon. Don't know how that happened, but that happened, and that had to make the list. Same concept as Near and Far. This game MSRP is usually around between 70 and 100, and right now it is at 35, and it's held steady at 35. It's going to make the list because you're getting a nice board. Mm-hmm. You got a good game. You have good area control in that game, worker placement. You have those tins, those real nice tins.
Put your money in.
Yeah, you put your loot in and stuff. And yeah, a really good game for $35. So that was our number 7.
Our number 6 is another one of my top 10 favorite games of all time. That's Puerto Rico. So we specifically put the Puerto Rico 10th anniversary edition on this list, which it's come down in price quite a bit. Initially, when it first came out, it was $100, but you can find it cheaper than that now. But the reason why it's such a near and dear favorite to me, and really our group, we all love it, is the fact that the mechanics, it's one of the very first role picking games, and that then everybody gets to follow with that same role. And so it's a neat and interesting mechanic that was brand new to the genre when it came out. The components for this version of the game are really nice. It's one of the first games I ever had that had metal coins, and it's got really good thick cardboard for the boats. The buildings and the artwork is brand new to this version. It just, and like I said, the gameplay is just, it's a very satisfying playing game to me. And so that's Puerto Rico. I love it. So it's one of our favorites.
Speaking of Puerto Rico, can you guess what our number 6 might be?
Puerto Rico?
No.
Oh, okay.
Think a little. There's a tad newer.
San Juan.
No. Oh, good. That was a good guess.
Is it
Next
the
guess?
space themed one?
Yes.
I
Yes.
can't think of the name.
Yeah, Randy likes that version of the game better.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, so our number 6 is Race for the Galaxy. This game is $21 on a boarding school games right now. So it's been that way for a month.
It's been, you can get it anywhere for 24, but that was the lowest we saw. Was
21. This game, I mean, just such high replayability, super addictive. Don't even really need the expansions to be added because the game as a base game is sufficient. And many others that play the game quite often will tell you that as well. I mean, Nick plays the app version. I mean, he just can't get enough of the game. It's in its physical form and the digital version. We like that it's great for 2 players. As I mentioned with the crew, we always appreciate a game that we can play at 2 players, that you're not waiting for a big group to be able to play it, or even another couple. And we just really, enjoy the game. We like all the different combinations and ways that you can win.
What was the base version again? It's something Empire.
No, it's not Empire. New Frontier.
New Frontiers. New Frontiers.
Oh, the new one. Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Is the space Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of space, we're going to stay in space here for the next one for us. Number 5, this would be one of my favorites. And I had to fight tooth and nail because he does not like the game, and neither does Miranda. That would be Battlestar Galactica. This one, I think it was like $60 MSRP when it came out. You won't find it for that now because it's out of print, because Fantasy Flight lost the rights to Battlestar, and it's selling upwards of $600 now, I think, for the base game.
Wow.
So yeah, it's pricey, but Corey Konecka made the game. It captures the essence and feel of the show. I don't think there's any IP that has ever been captured as well in a game, and it is the epitome of a hidden trader game, but as long as you don't mind a 4-hour play or longer. It is just a very compelling game. Each character is based on the show so well. It's got great quality components. There's a whole lot of expansions you can add to it to make it even more, but honestly, the base game is probably the best balanced if you just play it without the expansions. And every game is a story. After you're done, you're still talking about it weeks later. It's not a game that you just say, oh, it's done, and then forget you played it. You remember it, and you're still mad at the person that was the Cylon that betrayed you, and it's just engaging.
See, I never even watched the show, but hearing that about the game makes me want to play it more than ever, just for the fact that it is so related to the show, even though I don't know the show. I just love the idea of characters being so strong.
And you don't have to know the show to actually enjoy the game.
And I don't hate the game. I just hate the fact that Randy's always a Cylon and always kills me. So
hey, you were the Cylon last time,
and I won because as a Cylon. So it's just it was a lot of fun, but it's not. I generally don't like trader games.
Gotcha.
When we first got in the hobby, we feel like, and a lot of people would probably empathize with this, you just buy a ton of games, a ton. You don't care if it's good, bad, just buy everything. You just want that. Oh, people said something about that, let me have it. I feel like that is one break you just got right there. Battlestar Galactica, that'll put you in the stocks about $600 right now if you wanted that game. So maybe you can put your pen down. I guess I won't do that one. So one price break in this video, because I brought a pen because I thought you're going to start rambling off some ones I never heard of that are real cheap. I can put my pen down, don't have to write down Battlestar Galactica.
I got a second copy of it, but I'm not going to give it up.
No, of course you wouldn't. Number 5 for us is a tile placement game. It is an advancement on a previous really popular game. This one is Queen Domino. Queen Domino is only $19, and it is at Tabletop Merchant. You can also find it at $25 pretty readily. Wrote down some other places, but pretty readily for $25, even on Amazon at $25. But if you want to shop around and support smaller business, Tabletop Merchant has it for $19, held steady there. Great game. We played King Domino first. We played it at Steaks and Lattes in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
And we liked it. It's a fine game, but Queen Domino adds something more for us that we enjoyed it quite a bit more to it for a tabletop gamer. I feel like not as entryway, more enjoyable for us. So that was our number 5.
Yeah, we like both King and Queen Domino. Randy's got the king size version, which is kind of neat looking. So
nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, our number 4 is another one that was on my top 10 of all time, and it's Viticulture with Tuscany. The version that we put on here specifically was the Kickstarter version, because it came in and you can still buy it shipped this way in a wine crate. And so it's a faux wine crate. It's not real, but it looks real.
Nice.
And, but it's probably the game that put Stonemaier Games on the map. It's a really, really great worker placement game. The game mechanics are wonderful. One of the first games that I know of that introduced seasons and being different actions during different seasons. So I like that quite a bit. The art and the theme of it was really, really strong. It feels like they're making growing grapes, making wine, and selling that off with the different orders. And then with the Tuscany adds lots of different modules and different things you can add to it, and adds to the complexity. So it's just all around a wonderful game.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites, and I love the theme, and I just love the game. We always enjoy playing it.
Yeah, I always say if you don't like Viticulture, you haven't played with Tuscany, because Tuscany is just
I agree.
more central edition. Yeah.
And that's the reason why I put it on this list, is just because the replayability is so high, the value is so high, so you get a lot for your buck.
Yeah, I think the Kickstarter was $100.
Right at $100 for the Kickstarter.
You got both Tuscany and Viticulture, and the quality of the components is really good in those. I mean, for the time, it's the one of the best made games, I think.
Yeah, that game's super good. Such a good worker placement game too. If we did a worker placement list, it would easily be near the top, if not the top.
Yeah.
And card play too. The card play is awesome on all the. I love all the card play. So great game. Number 4 for us is, if you're getting the hobby and you don't have this game, you just want to add a quick deck of cards to your collection for real cheap. Star Realms, $10. Just get it. Introduction to deck building. Really fun. Again, it's a 101 game. This is deck building 101. Buy a deck of cards. Don't waste your money on some elaborate one that you're not sure if you like. See if you like deck building. Buy Star Realms for $10. I actually really enjoy it. We don't play it very much anymore, but because we have so many other games. But if you're just getting the hobby, this is a great one for $10. Just pick it up. You can get Star Realms or Star Realms Colony. Doesn't matter. They play the same. Super fun for $10.
Yeah, Rob and I play the app all the time.
Every day.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Every day.
I have the app. I haven't launched it. I used to do it when I travel for work a lot. I play it, but haven't done that in a while. So
hit us up, Randrak.
Yeah,
find me
Birdman.
Easy to
No.
So number 3.
Number 3, this is one that was on my top 10 list as well. Miranda also likes this one a lot.
I do too.
Mysterium. This is I think it was MSRP of $55, made by, I'll let you pronounce those names, because this is what your forte is.
Well, we're not talking about all the designers in our training.
He's notorious for mispronouncing people. As far as Mysterium goes, it's just got beautiful art. I mean, it's amazing.
Absolutely.
Probably the best art I've seen in a game. And it's card after card after card of it. There's a stack of cards yay high. And it's just one card's better than the next. And the fun of the game of passing the cards and the ghost not being able to talk, they get the enjoyment of me being the ghost and I don't get to speak for an hour or two. And they get to insult me and I can't say anything back, so they love that. I love the fact that I'm passing them information without them knowing. And
a lot of times it making absolutely no sense whatsoever.
But then when it all clicks together, we generally win, so
sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. It's one of the few co-op games I enjoy, because I don't like co-ops in general, but that one I do. So
is it mostly just Randy with vulgar hand gestures?
Yes, unfortunately.
There's a lot of pounding my head on the table sometimes. You hear him talking and you gave him the clues you thought were very obvious, and it's like, really? That's what you're thinking it is?
And that's one of the reasons why I think it deserves to be on the list as well, is just because it has, 1, table presence, but 2, everybody gets to play together and they get to talk to each other. And I think you're this. No, I think you're that. And it's a ton of fun.
Yeah, and it's another one that people talk about after.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you gotta appreciate that, having that entertainment factor that is memorable. Our number 3 is Ganymede. This game, we got it for such a great price. I mean, $18 right now on boarding school games. We got it for $14. It ranges from $14 to $20. It's currently $20 on Miniature Market. But it's just the price. Oh my goodness, we rolled the dice really with this game. We just tried it out for the price. I think you were trying to get free shipping. Maybe.
Yeah, I saw gameplay like that. It was pretty fun. Actually, it was more fun than it even looked. I had a lot of fun with that game.
Yeah, I mean that alone, it's a great game. It's ridiculously low price. We didn't expect much based just alone on the price of it. Without what could this game be? And it's a space themed game. I like the artwork. It's kind of interesting. It's not consistently great artwork throughout, but I just like the way that the artwork is. And I like that there's different ways to play it. I find replayability because there's so many cards out there and combinations of meeples to get them. You're trying to basically shuttle them to Mars, right? From Mars to Ganymede. Yeah. So anyway,
it's a big puzzle too.
Yeah, it has an expansion, and we had a lot of fun playing it. We think it's a great game.
That's not one we played. So
I've not heard of that one.
That would be interesting. Yeah. And so our number 2 is Brass. And so specifically the Kickstarter that just came out a couple of years ago. And the reason why we put this on our list is one of those situations that, although it's a little pricey at $100.
Well, it's $100, but you got 2 games.
But yeah, you got 2 games. So really it's $50 per game, but it's the component quality is so awesome. Beautiful artwork, beautiful boards. You got good, thick, heavy poker chips, and everything about the game is just to the nines. It's just gorgeous. And then when you take all that away, Brass is just an amazing board game. It's a classic for a reason. It's a Martin Wallace game. Awesome economic manipulation. It's kind of neat in the fact that everybody gets to use the same resources. And then the scoring mechanism is very unique. And so if no one's played Brass, you really need to track that game down. And this one in particular, can't recommend it enough.
And we picked ours up at Gen Con
and got
Martin Wallace to sign them. So that was amazing.
Nice.
So yeah, I got to talk to Martin Wallace for a bit while I was getting them signed.
That's so cool.
So cool.
All right. Our number 2 is another, man, this one's such a good price and such a great game. And you get the expansion for the same price, and you're playing essentially like a 2.0 version of this game. Mm-hmm. The game is Targi. Targi is a $14 game, and you can get the expansion for $14 as well and play Targi 2.0. What a great worker placement 2-player game. Mm-hmm. And it grows on you. I felt like this game, when I first played it, it's like, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And you play it again, it's like, that's actually really good. Like, and I actually like the expansion even more than the base.
Yeah. Because
it gives you a few more options. But I can't say enough good things about this. This is a great 2-player game for $14. If there's probably, I'm not sure, maybe my number 1 would be, it's neck and neck between number 1 and number 2 on this. Which one I would just say, you got to have this game if you're a board gamer and you have 2 players. It has to be in your collection, right? Targi has to be there. It's a $14 game. Why don't you have that game?
Yeah, we love.
Good question, because we really like it too.
Yeah, I don't generally like small box 2-player games. I usually belittle them a lot. But yeah, we played Targi, and I was like, as far as 2-player games go, that's a really good one. And so actually, once we played it, I tracked down the expansion and got the expansion for it as well. Nice. I haven't played it yet.
Oh yeah, I like it even more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 1 for you guys.
All right, our number 1. It's for Randy. Sorry.
Number 1. This is one that this is my favorite of the Stegmeyer games. Scythe. This is we got the Kickstarter version. It was priced at $99, and man, you got a lot of good material in that. It's got amazing miniatures in it. It's got wood pieces that are similar to Viticulture. Mm-hmm. Beautiful board. But probably my favorite part is just the metal coins in it are astronomical. Probably the best coins I've ever seen in a game. And mine actually was misprinted. I had 2 copies of the coins in it when it came, so I got an extra set of them. I mean, the gameplay is amazing as far as area control. But you don't have to battle to win. Mm-hmm. You can win that way, but you can also just clear your board and develop your engine to win the game. there's so many ways to win the game. It's just a lot of fun. And then there's variable player powers. There's in-game scoring bonuses, or not in-game, but goals to complete in the game. And there's just a lot of fun to be had in that game. Miranda doesn't care for it, so we don't get to play because she does not like area control games in general. But
Randy and I love this game.
Yes.
Yeah, it's probably our number one game out there. It's in the top 5. Yeah, it's amazing.
So much for $1.
And even now, we have it. It would have made our list. This would have made our list. It just got marked up in price a little more. But for a while there on Amazon, for about a month, it held at $56. So it went up to 65. So just like, if it would have stayed 56 for over a month or so, or 2 months, it would have made our list. It's like $56 for one of the best games ever made.
Yeah, sure. Phenomenal. Our number 1 game is Lorenzo Il Magnifico. This game is right now $29 on Amazon, and it just blew us away when we were playing this game. I didn't expect much from the cover of it, and I thought, oh, what could it be? What is this going to be like? But wow, the replayability is so high with it. There's many different strategies that you can go about trying out with the game to win. Interesting decisions. We always appreciate that. Great for 2 players, as kind of a common thing with my picks here. Really like that you can just play it at 2, and the variety of cards that are out there with instant and ongoing abilities that they grant you. Just you feel like you just always want to make a different choice. So there's so many things that you could do. So we really enjoy Lorenzo Il Magnifico. And why did you put it at number 1 on our list?
Yeah, we both put it number 1. So for one of the first times we ever both had the same number 1. It made the list because, well, the Kickstarter coming, or I think it's getting the upgrade. It's getting the whole upgrade, so they're lowering the prices. It's at $29, and it's an unbelievable buy for the game you're getting. Unbelievable.
And that's one of Miranda's favorite games. She loves that game, so she would have been smiling at that. Yeah, that's definitely a good pick for her.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I remember she did it on her top 10. I watched all 3 of your top 10s, and I remember that was on hers.
Yeah.
Real quick, we're kind of running out of time. We have like a 2-minute limit here, I see. So we're gonna do honorable mentions, and we're only gonna include 1 on this one. We're gonna do Crystal Clans, a little skirmish game for $20 on Miniature Market. Real fun. It's not as fun as some of these others on here, so it just got knocked off because we didn't we aren't enamored with that. But if you need a little skirmish game in your collection, it's a good one for that. It has real cheap expansions for like $2, like $2-3. You can find them.
If I was going to pick only 1 out of my honorable mentions, it'd be pretty much any game out of the Tiny Epic series, but Tiny Epic Galaxies, $35. It's a big game in a small box. You can't get more game than really any other Tiny Epic game. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, It's a Wonderful World is probably when I'd pick, because it was the one that fell right below the list. It was the one that just barely missed the cut. But I do have to mention real quick, this one, I couldn't pass this up. $4. I got this when I was back a kid. My parents bought this for me from the clearance rack, and I still sealed.
That is awesome.
I had no interest in playing it, but the funny thing is, my parents refused to let me play D&D as a kid. They saw the Mazes and Monsters show, and they would not let me ever play D&D as a kid. But they bought me this game. It's just D&D in a box. So
that is the one you got.
This is the one from 1989 that I never opened because I never had interest in playing it back then. And
that is so cool.
I still have it sealed. So for $4. So cool.
Wow.
That was awesome. All right, guys. Well, that was real fun.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Check out their channel. They have over 3,000 games. They're running through them all the time. They upload content all the time. Legends Nerdvana. I'm going to put a link down in the description. I'll throw whatever I can. Just to go make sure you search them and go subscribe to them. And subscribe to us, please.
Yes. Like this video if you enjoyed it. And we thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you for joining us in this top 10. It's always great to have different perspectives. Everybody has a different opinion on values. So it's great to have you join us today.
Thanks
for having us on.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.